starting off with Toast.
So,
What
God, this
series?
music, like,
What series do you have for
I don't
us?
know. What's it? What?
Would you like to read
What's
it
what's the
off?
site we use called again? I forgot. It's been a while.
My anime
Depends
list.
on
Thank you.
which
Yeah.
you like. I use Mall.
Mall's definitely got some QOL changes in the past years.
Yeah.
I watched Data Life season 5. Hell yeah!
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So what are you gonna review?
Did you know that Data Life season 5 started on April 10? And do you know the
Alright,
significance
well,
of April 10, Spire?
yes, I do know why it's significant. Why the 10th is significant. Toast is covering a series called An Archdemon's Dilemma: How to Love Your Elf Pride, also
Hell yeah!
known as Mao no ore ga dore elf no yome ni shita n desu ka? Dou omedereba? Also
Yeah,
known as
so what did they
madome
cut
for
out?
short.
What did they cut out from that for the English title?
Really curious. Very, I'm
How does
very.
he
I think there's
Toast?
something
How
lost
does
in the
he meet
translation.
his elf?
Yeah.
You
Pride.
mean how he met his chained elf bride?
Yeah, it just has changed for some reason. So it is a co-produced
how those got
between
there.
Brainspace and TMS Entertainment. I believe TMS Entertainment did it. Are they still working on Data Life stuff, or um? I thought they did work on
Well,
some
it's
Data Life stuff.
Unlimited produced by TMS. That's the Black Rock shooter stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, they are co-producing it. It was originally a light novel slash web novel that became a manga, and now it is an anime adaptation as well. So,
Yeah.
do you want to go over the? I guess.
See,
Do you want to start with story or audio visuals or what?
man, Data Life season 1 was still the best, but I don't know why you think TMS did Data Life, but the studios for Data Life for a long time has been Geek Toys.
Oh, okay. I know they changed
Anyway.
a little bit in the first couple of seasons.
Just saying, Studio AI was this Studio AIC? AIC Studios?
Studio AIC was 2 or 3, right?
Season 1, literally season 1.
Really?
Because season 2's art was the one that was different.
I thought the season 2's art was bad, and that was the one that.
No, they changed it like 3 times.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, going back to Elf Bride.
Production IMS was season 2. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Oh yes, IMS. Yeah. But anyways, that is neither here nor there.
So yeah. Elf. I literally call it Elf Bride. So because I'm not gonna call it Slave Elf Bride, because you can't say the word slave anymore.
Just call it madome.
No, I don't speak Japanese. Anyway, so there's this dude named Zagan. He's a sorcerer, right? And sorcerers are these evil dudes that do whatever they want with magic, and then they clash with the holy church. Yeah.
Okay.
Is the holy
Anyway,
church evil?
Isn't everyone evil somehow in the end? Why do you think
we're all a little evil?
There is no good and evil.
Who's the guy that opened Pandora's box? It wasn't Kratos, right?
No.
Pandora's box?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Pandora?
Was it?
Yeah, isn't that?
Yeah, why would she open that
Pandora's
box?
box is Pandora. Yeah, why'd she open that shit? Is she stupid? It's her box.
It's like
what does she not know what's in it? Like, come on.
It's not like somebody else came over and bashed her over the head and opened her box.
Yeah, I don't think. I also don't think it's called. It's not called Pandora's box. Like I think it's called Pandora's box because like she opened it, not because like
she
owned the
finds,
box. It's not like
it's not really her box.
Before he left Pandora on Earth, Zeus handed her a beautiful box saying, "This is my own special gift to you. Don't ever open it." But she opened it. Also, apparently Medusa opened Pandora's box. That's why she got the curse. Man, why would Zeus give Pandora a box of evil? Anyway, where was I?
Probably because Zeus
why
is
would
fucking
Zeus
why would
bad?
Zeus do half the things he did?
Yeah,
Zeus is fucking
exactly.
psychotic. Like,
Greek mythology is pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
listen, in Greek mythology, Zeus is doing some not great things to women disguised as a
Yeah.
bull. So
But
Casual
that's not what
design.
I learned from Hercules. He looked like a loving father.
True. True.
Anyways,
Anyway, so
elsewhere,
yeah, so
please.
Zagan is just some random sorcerer, but he's a candidate to be one of the 13 archdemons. Get it?
Yeah.
No. Mm.
Because yeah, because everyone loves Solomon, right? Solomon and his demons.
True.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
are the Ars Godia? Everyone's named after like.
Hmm.
I want to say is the Ars Godia like the most popular, popular like a reference to use for demon
For
names.
like magic shit. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Is that why Solomon's the what is it? Great caster, high caster, true caster. What's the title near?
Grand.
Yeah,
But not anymore. He wiped
Granddad.
himself from the throne.
Wow, what a
So-
loser. Anyway, so yeah, he's a candidate to become one of the 13 archdemons because one of the previous ones, Marcosius, get it? Get it near? Marcosius is from.
Uh-huh.
So one of them died. So he goes to the previous archdemon Marcosius's estate, see if he could get some cool stuff at an auction. Oh, see, got an auction.
Oh,
But when he then when he
whoa.
gets to the auction, one of the auction items is a elf slave, probably to be used in some sort of ritual sacrifice because apparently sorcerers love ritual sacrifice because pursuit of greater magic and all. You gotta kill people, I guess. Sure, why not? Maybe a philosopher's stone, just like they did in Full Metal Alchemist. Who cares? But yeah, but once he sees what's her name? Nephilia, it's love at first sight. So he spends his entire fortune to buy her. And that and then wacky hijinks ensue.
So most of after buying the elf bride, is it slow life? Is it dungeon crawling? Is it
It's
what
slow
is it?
romantic comedy because
Oh, okay. So it's like
this
harem stuff. Yeah.
so
Okay.
no, not harem. He fell in with
I
love with her at
see the
first sight.
girls on this poster art.
He's not a
Toast.
harem, dude. He's
That
just
doesn't
surrounded by
necessarily
women. Okay.
mean a harem, okay?
Yeah,
He could only like her. They could all be supporting cast. You don't know
Oh,
that.
yeah, Spire.
Okay, okay. I
It's
apologize.
2024.
I apologize.
Some people
It's
can see women
2024,
not.
Spire. Stick to one. We stick to one slave now, okay?
Some people can see women better than as objects to be chained.
Oh, yeah, that is
Get
true.
it?
Yeah,
Get it?
Certainly not the characters
he's
in
a
this
woke.
series,
He's
but
a woke
like
slave owner.
outside of this series, yeah.
He's like,
But
I'm
yeah.
buying slaves, but in a woke way, actually.
Yeah, so wacky hijinks ensue. He doesn't know how to treat her because this is love at first sight, so he's pretty awkward. He's never been in love with anyone before. And Neffy's like, oh, I'm a cursed child from the elven race. I was banished, and I have no place in this world.
Uh-huh.
But then they slowly warm up to each other, and fun romantic hijinks ensues. That's what literally the series is.
Okay.
Two awkward people trying slowly warming up to each other and forming a relationship while stuff
Okay.
happens in the background.
So slow life rom-com,
Yeah.
plus the high fantasy. Okay. So it's pretty how this is like episodic as in like they're more or less going around in circles, right? It's like obviously they have like each episode or so they have they're heartwarming, wow, we went on a date or whatever moment. But for the most part the relationship doesn't really progress because the whole point is them having these episodes, right?
Yeah,
As far
and
as
then Zagan does his sorcerer stuff because he's a sorcerer, but now he's
yeah.
he's an archdemon candidate,
Okay.
so whatever. So
Alright.
other archdemon candidates don't like him because Zagan's sort of a wild card amongst the others because he doesn't
Mhm.
act like them. So they come butt heads against each other time to time.
Yeah, he has
So there's a
slight.
bunch
They
of
don't like
fights.
him because he has slight qualms about owning a slave.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, it's not about having a slave because like the other archdemons, they use human sacrifices, so they're like it's they don't really care that he has or I'm sorry, a chained soldier. So that's not
Yeah,
really a problem.
everyone around him's
Yeah,
like,
what do they?
I don't really have the moral ground to stand on, so know.
Yeah, they're all like, well, when in Rome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
My question would be though, like, with that type of thing, like, are there other characters that see their relationship though as like taboo? Like, does that
not
become
really.
like any sort
No,
of like subplot?
no, they're like, oh, everyone thinks that he bought her to be used as a human sacrifice, and that's it. He keeps her around because of chain soldiers are very common in this sort of setting. Whatever. So I know he's kind of that's cool, and then they don't really care.
One
'Cause
second.
he's a demon
Am
after
I
all.
like? Okay, never mind.
Hello, yeah.
You're good now. Yeah, you're good now. You
Oh
were
yeah,
glitching on my end for a second. I don't know if it
hell
was just
yeah.
me.
So what else? Voice
Audio
cast.
visuals? Yeah, a voice
Voice cast.
cast first, yeah.
The Feely is voiced by Ichino Sakana.
Okay.
If you know who
Pretty
Ichino Sakana
standard,
is.
yeah, A-lister these days.
Oh yeah, name one role. Name one major role.
Ichino Sakana? Actually, isn't it she didn't she do Ichigo in Darling in the Franxx, right?
This guy says "darling" in the Franks.
Am I
No,
wrong?
I
He's
want
a
to say
big
I'm
fan.
no.
literally right.
Yeah, isn't Ichigo basically what's that chick's name in To Love Ru? Uh,
Deliveroo?
the Harun. She's the Haruna of Darling in the Franks.
Darling in the Franxx. Um, no, although I think like you referred to more the incident
Hold
that
on, one
I
second.
had among
Fuck. What is happening?
Anyway, I'm gonna say, her most role is fan number one. Also, oh,
Yeah. Are we good?
no,
No,
not.
we are
This
probably
Discord is
not. I
yeah,
don't.
I think Discord is
Hello.
freaking out.
Oh,
You're
okay. It
good
is
now.
Discord. It's not just
Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
that's what
dude.
I said earlier
Yeah.
All right,
about
we're good now.
Discord.
Okay, we're good
Yeah.
now. Anyway, so
Yeah.
her I guess her most prominent role is something you guys probably never heard of. Witch of Mercury. She's Suletta,
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I forgot she did
Whoa.
do that. Yeah.
and also something called. Did you guys watch Frieren?
I haven't.
Just wondering. Yeah, just a simple question.
Yeah, she's some character named Fern. I don't know who Fern is.
Yeah,
It's her name's not Frieren, but yeah, pretty good,
yeah.
pretty good. And then Zagan's voiced by Yusuke Kobayashi,
Oh, okay.
who
Pretty solid.
is the main who voices some guy named Subaru in ReZero, I guess. Yeah. What else? Uh, Hishikawa Kana's or Hana Hishikawa's in this. I believe she's pretty new. No, she's not new. Pretty new. Yeah. Then blah blah blah. Who is it? Who else? Nah, yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
So it's a pretty
Um,
good voice actors here. Very cast.
yeah, that's a pretty solid cast overall. Pretty kind of decent amount of up and comers or people that have been kind of blowing up in the recent years. I want to say 1 to 5 years ish. Combined
oh,
with some more veterans like Morikawa Toshiyuki, stuff like that. But obviously, all very
one
at least BAA listers
one of the
here.
random characters is gonna be the main character in Fat Elf next season. Oh boy, who wants to cover Fat Elf? I don't want it.
I don't know. I might cover it. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
But
But yeah,
what about OP?
visually,
Yeah.
it's okay. I mean, compared to other series this season that I was looking even more forward to, doesn't look like complete shit. I know I'm not talking about Rinkai. That's a whole nother can of worms that I can talk about later. Um, it's okay, sure. slightly above average, the worst, because there's no weird ass CG. The only point, the only place I could say there's some weird ass CG is when they're when they're in Zagan's castle and they're walking up the staircase. Looks kind of jank, but at least there's no janky ass dragons or whatnot,
Mhm.
and like foot soldiers and skeletons. Because oof, when they bring those out, or horses, it never looks good. So yeah, brain space, good job. But
Doesn't really compete with Gohan's though for walking upstairs animations.
don't you? What's the one studio that did what is it, is that the hand clappers
That
studio
is
or whatever?
Handshakers. That's
Handshakers,
Shakers,
Handshakers.
yes.
Yep.
shakers.
Yeah.
Gohan's.
Toast has so much PTSD over that series, so he actually forgot the name of it. That's
I mean,
that's the lore here.
I don't like their shading style, like their lighting. It's weird. Because I had that
I
complaint
think you
about when
mean
they were watching the.
godlike shading style is
Yeah,
I
I
had
think
that
you mean
complaint when we were watching
awesome.
that one cat series where it was like, oh, it's evening
yeah.
in one time, but now it's only blue. It's like afternoon in this one. I was like, excuse me, where are we going with this?
Bro, that's godlike animations, just pushing
Uh,
the boundaries.
and whatever. Where am I going with this? Yeah. Anyway, who's saying the opening? So the opening is Wakara Nai Ai by the Browbeats. I don't know who
Mhm.
Browbeats are.
How is it? The
Pretty
opening.
good. It's
Okay.
painted like a rom com, which
Is
it's
it
got the
like
bright
just like male voice J-pop or J-rock or what's going on there?
gas. It's the bright colors, the white background with like the bright colors, bright colored rectangles.
Mm.
It's painted like an early 2000s ish opening, but then here comes the isekai part. It's okay. I
Okay.
don't want to. I don't. I'm not going to say it's best opening of the season yet, because you know where that goes to, right?
I well,
Huh?
I want to say it's probably not my series.
Monster.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
remaster.
No, it's Data Life 5. What's wrong with you people?
God damn it.
wrong.
Hell yeah, dude.
Um,
Data Life 5 is probably the second or third best opening of the Data Life series, because I really like Data Life opening 1 and 2.
okay.
This one's pretty good.
What what about the ED?
Edie's fine. I Nothing to write home about.
Okay. Uh, I guess in terms of just the general audio visuals, uh, most of it is pretty like there's not a lot of action scenes or anything like that beyond stuff like the magic incantations or the sorcerer doing the sorcerer stuff at the end, right? So I would expect. Uh,
There's
yes-
quite a bit of fighting in this, quite a
okay.
bit of action, because Zagan wanders and does sorcerer stuff, and Nephi falls
Oh,
on
so
with him.
there's like
So
a little bit more dungeon crawl than expected, right?
no dungeons, but like he just
Oh, it just goes around like tries to defeat like annoyances or whatever. Is that sort of how it
I
is?
guess it's more to say of Zagan is a loner and whatnot,
Okay.
but he wants Nephi to see the world and be a little like more expressive, so he goes around and brings her with him on his escapades, and wacky
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
hijinks ensue, that kind of thing. So, and because he's the main character, he's a sorcerer, but he's not a bad guy. So he just had some unfortunate circumstances put upon him and whatnot. But he's
Mhm,
not a bad guy because he doesn't take human sacrifices and like doesn't kill or steal or from people. But
mhm,
because he's a sorcerer and studies magic, he's a heretic branded by the church. So, unfortunate circumstances, but he's overall a good guy and
mhm.
helps people and whatever. So, not really too much moral
Okay.
dilemma of like, oh, I'm a sorcerer, but I'm evil, because he's not. Like, what kind of sorcerer? He's socially awkward, I guess, to sum him up. But whatever. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty standard here in these sorts of series. So
And then through wacky hijinks, he grows to his cast of friends grows because like he's not such a bad guy, so we can hang around him and whatnot. But yeah, overall, the chained part of this series is very minuscule. It's just how they meet, because it's because elves are a rare species, so humans have to capture them and sell
does
them at a
she
high
remain his
price.
They
slave
have
for
to.
like most of this for the remainder of the series, or what?
The they immediately he's all like, "Oh, what's this collar for?" And he's like, "Oh, it's to prevent her from using magic because she's an elf. She's got elf magic." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then it's like immediately it's gone. So,
Oh, okay, okay.
like I said, it's
So
very
she's free.
minuscule. It
Yeah,
doesn't
okay,
really matter.
okay.
She's free, but like she's doesn't she doesn't have anywhere to go, and he treats her like he doesn't really treat her like a slave. So I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. That slave part doesn't really matter. But yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
just an awkward meeting of two people, and then wacky hijinks ensue. So
at least she actually, he actually freed her, right? Which is more than a lot of isekais do, series do. So it is what it is. But
is it? But
I guess.
Spire, is it being free or is it Stockholm syndrome?
True.
Sometimes you just have to go with that premise. Else, how is the protagonist gonna mac with all these slaves, bro?
But yeah,
But
True.
overall, like I said, I'm a really a sucker for these kinds of like
that's fine.
light-ish
Yeah.
hearted romantic comedy series where a guy meets a girl, and then they just
Enslaves her.
yeah.
Freeze the
No,
slave, sir.
no, he bought her and
Sir.
then freed her. He's good. He's one of the good
Free,
ones.
yes.
But yeah, I like
It's like
sort
Django
of
Unchained, but like he's a
Yeah,
sorcerer.
exactly.
whoa, Spy, you can't compare Django to this.
Yeah, does this
Would you
guy
say Christoph
say
Waltz is a bad guy?
does this guy say the N-word or what?
Yeah.
Yes, Spy, you
Not
can't
to the
say
elf's
that.
face directly.
Oh,
Not
okay.
Yeah, he says it in a void, in a vacuum of space, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
But yeah,
anyways, overall,
like overall, I like I said, I'm a sucker for these sorts of boy meets girl, and they
okay.
have a uh like the what is it? How do I say this? The pairing has been set almost immediately in the beginning, and it's going to stay that way throughout the majority of the like through the entirety of the series. And it's like this guy likes this girl likes that guy, and their relationship is going to blossom throughout the entire series. So very early, like 2000s aesthetic of of compared to recent isekais where everything's a harem. This is not a harem at all. Boy meets
Okay.
girl. They both like each other. There's your ship. Nothing's going to get in the way of that. I'll
So
still
this is
never
this
forgive.
is semi similar, I feel like, to that series that I covered with Sugita and what's her name, right? The
Yeah,
like Ikanakyo or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
Except
yes, yes,
except
yes,
a
yes,
slave
yes.
and not a outcast or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the princess or whatever the or that in that one,
But
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
but
She was
I
like
think
an
but
that was
outcast
don't
princess.
see they don't call it elf bride or elf slave chain bride anymore because she's not a slave. She becomes his magical apprentice later on. So like I said, I guess
I
that's
mean, again, the story aside, the story is, on that part, it's kind of whatever. Um,
but yeah.
it is still funny how the localized title is changed a little bit,
I,
but
I
it
want
is
to
what it is.
say out of the goodness of my heart that they removed it because it was such an inconsequential thing, but knowing
I mean,
Twitter
they probably
politics
removed it because
nowadays,
they were like,
you can't say that anymore. It's like, okay,
yeah,
man.
you can't even fucking have slaves anymore, dude. Like, what
Yeah.
happened?
I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah. Anyways,
overall,
now
it's a very good series. I like it. I like the way it's going to develop because some really wacky hijinks ensues later on.
okay.
What was the other series I discovered. Was it last season? The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Those kind of vibes.
Yes, yes.
So I'm really a sucker for those kinds of series. And yeah,
Now
so
rating?
I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10 because, like I
Damn.
said, I like their relationship and how it progresses.
Okay.
The
Pretty
world
good.
building, the world building's pretty cool, but I really like how
It's
these
mainly
two
the
develop.
the
Yep.
romance. Yeah. Okay. Pretty
So
good.
very good series. Probably my top of this season so far.
Okay.
Until I
Well,
get to Rinkai. Rinkai, oh boy.
yeah. Anyways, thank you, Toast, for covering this series. It is an Archdemon's Dilemma: How to Love Your Elf Bride, also known in Japanese as Mao no ore ga dore elf no yome ni shita dore elf o yome ni shita nda ga dou mereba ii, also known as madome, is the abbreviated version title in Japanese. It started out as, I think, Naroke, isekai, not isekai, excuse me, high fantasy plus light novel, became manga. Now it's an anime, done by Brainspace plus, I think, TMS Entertainment. So if you do like these sorts of soul life rom com within more high fantasy isekai-ish, isekai adjacent setting, please do check this out.